Hey guys, Liam here, welcome back to another episode of Form Fight. Form Fight is a series where if I'm starting to feel a bit burnt out and I stop making the series for a bit, people complain that I'm not making the series anymore. But then in the same vein, if I do decide, hey, I'm feeling a lot better physically, mentally, emotionally, and I want to bring Form Fight back, especially since the Isle of Armor and the Crown Tundra introduced a whole new heap of forms, people complain that I'm just cashing in and trying to make a quick buck and I'm only in it for the views and the money and stuff it. I can't win either way, so I'm just going to enjoy making Form Fight. Or at least until I get to the end of the 10 parts that I had planned. But anyway, Form Fight is a series where we take a look at Pokemon with more than one form, or a branched evolution, or a counterpart Pokemon. We have a look at the differences and we try and work out which one is the best. And then we have a nice little Metronome battle just for a little bit of fun. The Metronome battle doesn't determine who's the best or not, it's just so we can see them using stupid moves because it's fun. I like Metronome battles. It's been like 2 years of this. Like, do you not get it yet? But anyway, enough from me. Let's have a look at today's challenges. Today on Form Fight, we're going to compare the two forms of Moltres, which are Moltres and Galarian Moltres. Now, regular Cantonian Moltres can be found in Kanto's Victory Road, but in various other game locations such as the Sea Spirit's Den in Kalos, through Ultra Wormholes in Ultra Sun and Moon, and at the end of Dynamax Adventures in Sword and Shield's Crown Tundra. As for Galarian Moltres, it only appears in the Galar region and can be found within the Isle of Armor, after you've encountered the legendary birds at Crown Tundra's Dynatree. But what makes these forms of Moltres so different? Let's take a look. Regular Cantonian Moltres stands at 2 meters tall and weighs 60 kilograms. Although now that I think about it, I swear that 2 meters is meant to be its wingspan, because I think they do that sometimes for flying Pokemon like that, because I can't imagine Moltres just stood up normally as 2 meters tall, because that's pretty damn tall. That's a lot taller than I am. And you know what? It doesn't matter. Let's go with 2 meters tall, sure. Its Pokédex information says it's one of the legendary bird Pokemon. No sh**. When Moltres flaps its flaming wings, they glimmer with a dazzling red glow. There are stories of this Pokemon using its radiant flame-cloaked wings to light up paths for those lost in the mountains. As for Galarian Moltres, it's also 2 meters tall, or 2 meter wingspan, whatever, and it weighs 66 kilograms. Its Pokédex information says this Pokemon's sinister flame-like aura will consume the spirit of any creature it hits. Victims become burned out shadows of themselves. The sinister aura that blazes like molten fire around this Pokemon is what inspired the name Moltres. Appearance-wise, Moltres is a large yellow bird, not that one, with flames coming from its wings, head, and tail. Galarian Moltres is very similar, with a black body and pink flames and a big pink marking going all the way up its body, with red legs and a hooked red beak. In their shiny forms, regular Moltres' body turns pink, and Galarian Moltres changes its color scheme to match that of the Kanto Moltres' non-shiny form. Now let's have a look at their typing, weaknesses, and resistances. Regular Moltres is a dual-type fire and flying Pokemon, which makes it weak to rock, water, and electric type moves, with its rock weakness being a 4x weakness. It resists fighting, bug, steel, fire, grass, and fairy type attacks, and is completely immune to ground type moves. As for Galarian Moltres, it's a dual type dark and flying type Pokemon. This makes it weak to rock, electric, ice, and fairy type moves. It resists ghost, grass, and dark type attacks, and is completely immune to both ground and psychic type attacks. Now let's have a look at the stats and abilities of these two Moltres forms. Regular Moltres is a typical early legendary, with great HP, attack, defense, and speed, decent special defense, and excellent special attack. Its primary ability is Pressure, which I've talked about so many times over the last 3 weeks that you guys must know at this point what it does. Its hidden ability is Flame Body, which gives Moltres a 30% chance of burning an opponent who hits it with a move that makes contact, which of course for a Pokemon using physical attacks is going to be absolutely crippling, so this is a very useful ability to have. Plus, it helps eggs hatch faster, so you can breed yourself some shiny mons a little bit quicker. As for Galarian Moltres, it has the same stat distribution as regular Moltres, just swapped around a little, giving it lower physical attack and lower special attack, but increased special defense, meaning it can take hits better, especially with its rock weakness being 2x instead of 4x, but also can't hit quite as hard. Its only ability is Berserk, which increases Galarian Moltres' special attack by 1 stage when its HP falls below half. And getting a chance to dish out more punishment with increased firepower when things are looking bleak is nothing to scoff at. Galarian Moltres also has its own signature move called Fiery Wrath, which is a 90 base power dark type special attack which hits all adjacent opponents, with a 20% chance to cause each of them to flinch. It's basically Dark Pulse as a spread move, and it looks lovely. Now it's time for me to decide which of these two forms of Moltres I prefer. Before we do, make sure you hit the like button. Let's go for 5,000 likes on this episode of Form Fight, and of course hit the subscribe button if you're new so you never miss any of my content. And my favourite of these two, It's Galarian Moltres. I know I've kind of been favoring the Galarian birds, but I do really love their new designs. I think they've breathed new life into these Pokemon. I like that the 4x rock weakness is taken away. I like the immunity to both ground and psychic type moves. I just think all round, it's just a really well-designed Pokemon, and I really, really like it. It almost looks like the kind of Garuda kind of monsters you find in like a Final Fantasy game. You know me, love some Final Fantasy, and it's just bloody great. But of course, it's not just up to me to decide which is my favorite, it's up to you guys to decide which is your favorite. But before we do, let's take a moment away from all the deliberation and away from all the stat calculations and all that bollocks, and let's enjoy a silly battle where these Pokemon use moves that they wouldn't normally use, where we're not determining who's better through a victory in a battle, because you shouldn't base your opinions on, oh, well, I saw that one win in a video once, that must make it really good. Just enjoy the stupid Metronome battle. That's what it's time for. Before we get into the battle, I will remind you, G Fuel, code ACE is what you need to get a discount and help the channel at the same time. I'm currently drinking A-Drive's flavor, which is Shiny Splash, and oh, it's like a blueberry lemonade. It's absolutely gorgeous. Use code ACE to get yourself some money off. But as always, these Pokemon have max IVs in all stats, 0 EVs in all stats. They're all holding leopard berries because that's what we do now, because we started doing that in Metromania. It's been working out really well. Regular Moltres is going to have its hidden ability, so it's going to have Flame Body. Galarian Moltres only gets access to one ability, so it's going to have Berserk. All these Pokemon have got neutral natures, so the only advantage or disadvantage any of these Pokemon gets comes from their typing and their base stats. Everything else is all up to the Metronome. Let's go.
Here we go, we're completing the bird trio. It's Moltres versus Galarian Moltres. I've finally done all of the legendary birds. Let's get things started up. Look at those beautiful Pokemon. Don't they look lovely in the fire type gym arena? Ain't it great? Thank you, Sword and Shield, for giving us all these different arenas. Ain't they lovely? Here's Shiny Galar starting things off, looking like a big flaming chicken, going for Autotomize, which I finally think I understand. It's going to increase the speed of this Pokemon, and I think half its weight. I believe I finally figured it out. There you go. It's become nimble. For some reason, I got Nimble and Limber mixed up in the past, so I always... never mind. Here's a Discharge, though, from Shiny Kanto, which is going to hit everybody on the field with a chance to paralyze massive damage to its partner Pokemon, and paralyzes its partner Pokemon, so it's basically screwed its own partner. That's not good at all. Here's regular Galar, the only Pokemon that seems to have a different color scheme on the field, going for Head Charge onto which of the Pokemon? Onto the regular Kanto there. Going to take a little bit of recoil damage as well, but not a great deal there. And now regular Kanto is going to ignore that paralysis. What will it do here? Going to go for Sand Tomb. Doesn't affect any of the Pokemon on the field here. So not a good start for the Kanto team. Although I guess they did get damage on the Galarian team, so maybe it's not too bad. Here is Shiny, I should say, Galar. Going for Taunt, though. That's a naughty move right there. So now, in this Metronome battle, Shiny Kanto can't use Metronome for the next few turns. That's unfortunate, but here's regular Galar, who's going to go for Dragon Rush, but it's avoided by Shiny Kanto. And Shiny Kanto can't use Metronome after that taunt, so no move for it. Here's an Aqua Tail, though, which would be super effective, but there's no fire typing on the Galar team. But it does bring Shiny Galar down to less than half its max HP, so Berserk is activated and its special attack goes up by 1 stage. So looking very good for the Galar team right now at the moment. They're definitely in the driver's seat. Shiny Galar with that +1 special attack is going to start things off this turn. Go for Grass Knot, which is going to be 4 times resisted, and there's not a lot of weight difference, so not a great deal of damage there at all there to regular Kanto. Now it's regular Galar, though. I think it's shiny, and it's not. Here's a Bug Buzz, though. 4 times resisted by Shiny Kanto there. Tiny little bit of chip damage there. Shiny Kanto has no moves left, of course, has to struggle because of that taunt, which means it's going to take 25% of its own HP and recoil damage, but it did bring regular Galar down to less than half its max HP and activate Berserk, so +1 special attack for regular Galar. Paralysis completely ignored again by regular Kanto, going for Trick or Treat, so going to add the Ghost type to Shiny Galar there. So Shiny Galar is now Dark, Flying, and Ghost. So do your damage calculations if you like down in the comments. What would be super effective, what would be not very effective, and at what level. Here we see, though, that Galar is going to go for Flash Cannon. That will be resisted, but it is at +1 special attack, so do bear that in mind. So it did a decent chunk of damage, even for a not very effective hit. Shiny Kanto still suffering, still having to struggle. Barely any damage there, but 25% of its max HP and recoil damage is absolutely detrimental. Over to regular Galar, going to go for Shadow Bone. Let's see how much damage this does to Shiny Kanto. Not enough to take it down, though. Does put it in the danger zone, though, and drop its defense by 1 stage. Regular Kanto still not fully paralyzed. Gonna go for the Metronome. Gonna go for double kick, which is gonna be neutral on Galarian Moltres there. 1 hit, 2 hit. Obviously, it's double kick. Always gonna do 2 hits there. And now the taunt has been shaken off by Shiny Kanto. It can finally make a move again. It no longer has to struggle. What is it gonna do as its first move back? I guess we'll find out. Shiny Galar, though, is starting off the next turn with Twister. How much damage is it going to do to both its opponents there? It's enough to take down the regular Kanto, sorry, the Shiny Kanto there, so just regular paralyzed Kanto all by its lonesome. What's it going to do? Here's regular Galar, though, who's going to go for Thunder, and with +1 special attack, you've got to think that is all she wrote. Good night, Kanto team. The Galar team absolutely dominant in this one. That was wonderful. What a great showing by some absolutely beautiful Pokemon. Love these birds.
So you've heard what I've got to say, you've seen these Pokemon on the battlefield, now it's time for you to make your decision. Which of the 2 forms of Moltres do you prefer? Is it regular Cantonian Moltres or is it Galarian Moltres? Let me know in the comments and explain to everybody why your pick is the absolute best. So that'll do it for another episode of Form Fight. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button. If you're new, hit the subscribe button, share the video with a friend. If you'd like to support the channel like the wonderful people down here do, pledge to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/AceTrainerLiam. Use code ACE money off G Fuel and come and hang out with me on Twitch. But until next time, I'm Ace Trainer Liam. Keep on training.